That's amazing. So next up, I would like to invite a member of our wall, Sam Johnson, to escort up Margot McAloon. So Margot is representing her father, John. John McAloon was born in Stanley, New Brunswick in 1927. His first venture into organized hockey came when he moved to St. Thomas College in Chatham. He lettered in both hockey and football during his years at Stew and was only one of a few athletes in Stew's history to play at the university level while still in high school. He played a record 6 years. His fast-paced game enabled him to regularly lead his team in scoring. In the 1949-50 season, he had 50 points in 18 games to lead the highly competitive North Shore Hockey League in scoring, prompting classmates to label him Mr. Hockey. He was inducted into the St. Thomas University Tommy's Wall of Fame in 2010. After graduation, he moved to Bathurst, where he was the fourth leading scorer for the Papermakers, who captured the North Shore title. John had a long and illustrious career for the Papermakers. He was one of the shiftiest players in the league, and was known for his prolific scoring and shifting ability and to kill penalties. One newspaper account describes how he had the crowd on their feet for almost a minute as he tied up opposing forwards with his fancy skating and expert stick handling. A very successful and astute businessman in Bathurst, he moved to Fredericton in 1986, where he currently resides. We welcome John as a valued member of the Sports Wall of Fame.
Now, I am going to follow the rules and stay within the timelines, as any good daughter does. When your father tells you, you go and say the speech exactly as I wrote it. It's exactly what I'm going to do. So picture a 95-year-old man here, and this is going to make a whole lot more sense. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, distinguished members of the board, fellow inductees, special guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply humbled and appreciative of the honor of being given to me tonight. Remember, my hockey career in Chatham was over a period of 6 years, about 75 years ago, from 1944 to 1950. I only have 4 minutes to reply, and here is how I remember it. Our team in 1946 consisted of Pat Keown at center, Anderson Mills and Stuart McFarlane on the wings, Willie Jardine and Richard McLaughlin in defense, and Geordie Harris in the net. But I knew them as Scully, Sappy, Screech, and Cuffy. We had a lot of nicknames back then. Maury Hay, Vance Toner, and I were on the second line, and Herbie Hay was on defense. We had a strong team during this time. It consisted of some boys from St. Thomas, like me, and men who had just returned from the war, working and settling back into regular life. We had a number of great seasons, playing teams from Dalhousie, Campbellton, and Bathurst. Home games at the rink, which we called the Pillbox, were played on Monday evenings. It was 25 cents for adults admission and 10 cents for kids. I would often have some young fellas come to my dorm room on game nights and ask if they could take my skates, another to take my stick, another my gloves. Sometimes they'd split them up. Then they'd hit the arena and say, McAloon's skates, McAloon's gloves. They'd get into the rink for free. The arena manager, Willie Berry, would often question how these young fellas got in, and said to me one time, McAloon, you keep this up and all you'll have left to wear to the rink is your underwear. Back in the day, smoking was prevalent, not only in the dressing room, but also on the players' bench. One time, I remember Sappy McFarlane skating by our bench and yelling, light one up for me, Cuffy, which Cuffy did and had ready for him when the line changed. Vance Toner, who, by the way, was my coach when I played for the Tommies, and in my opinion, one of the best coaches I ever had. I owe all my hockey success to him. Vance was a master with the puck, but very slow in the skating department. I remember one game, him going full length of the ice with the puck and scoring a goal. When I congratulated him after the game, Vance looked at me and he said, "You know, John, I passed the same player 3 times." I'd like to thank John Kopp and the committee for accepting my nomination to the Miramichi Sports Wall of Fame, Pioneer category, and to my good friend Dave Morrison, the Ferry Road boy, who did extensive research in preparing the submission for my nomination. He's here tonight with his wife, Barb. Also, many thanks to my wife, Judy Carr, an Upper River Miramichier, and my children for their unwavering support over the years. In closing, receiving this award means a lot to me. My times in Chatham were formative years and developed not only my hockey skills, but who I am as a businessman, husband, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. Thank you.